Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. We're going to get into some stuff Ali Harris has recorded and want me to put out there about the rhapsody of the seas. And when it left Maruba at 1 a.m. and travelled miles to Caraco, the ship waited off the coast of Caraco for clearance to dock. And that was basically it left Aruba at 1 a.m. B, prior to 5 a.m., the ship was given permission to leave the ocean and enter the canal. Ron Bradley saw Amy on the balcony, the family suite, between 5:15 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. So at least we've got some kind of timeline there. The rhapsody of the sea passed under the Queen Juliana Bridge. Witnesses have testified for a federal grand jury that Amy was seen on the upper deck with Alistair Stewart between 5:30 a.m. and 5:45 a.m. Don't forget what I'll do, people. I'm going to put this stuff up so basically people can see it in the community post as well, what Ali's put out there, obviously because it's a non-video. So that is really interesting stuff. Don't forget that Yellow had said that he's left Amy, what was it, before or around about 3ish or something. So that doesn't make sense. The rhapsody of the seas entered the Shotgat Bay and turned 90 degrees to the right. The cruise ship proceeded to back into the Pacific dock assignment at the Bunker Wharf location. The rhapsody of the seas had completed docking procedure by 6 a.m. with Ron Bradley went to the upper deck by 6 a.m. Amy had already disappeared. Interesting stuff. So technically, it's quite a short turnaround when obviously Ron Bradley was looking for his daughter. So whatever happened to Amy happened very, very quickly. At the end of the day, had someone taken her to the back of the ship, which was possessed, or she was taken into a compartment where some of the workers were and held captive there. We just don't know. I mean, these stories are always going to be out there, and it's so important. Anyway, this is from Ali Harris.
Good morning, Marvin. It's only Ali here. Um, the first thing I want to say is that I always think outside the box if I can. And with the Amy Bradley case, I thought, well, let's see what the island is like and do an audit similar to the ones I used to do for people with disabilities when they used to say, well, can I get here or can I get there, etc. So I thought I'd start with that. So I thought I'd follow, first of all, how these cruise liners got in and out of the island and where they docked, etc. And I came up with some really interesting bits of information that none of us have picked up on. And the second part of my film today also shows you the inside of the cabin. Eight, let me see what number it is. Yeah, cabin number 8564, which is up on the eighth deck. And I thought, well, have we looked all round there? No, we haven't. I know that the Rimmer chap gave a really good inside description on all the public areas, etc. And of course, you can't get in to your cabins without a key fob. That is why the timeline of events very much depends on that. Because although there's 40 cameras on the Rhapsody of the Seas, they weren't linked up. And that's a pity because we could have seen people going in and out of places. So we have to rely on the door fobs. But do we? And that's my second bit of the film, which covers the inside of 8546 and how you get in and out of there, and a glaring hole in that, I might add. So I'm just going to play you and send over a few films of you can see exactly. The other thing is there's a couple of what they call hot holes on the island, and they were very interesting. Anyway, hope you enjoy, and any queries, please get back to me. Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Marvin, this is the Queen Emma swing bridge. I found this last night. It's a pedestrian bridge that goes across the water to the other side of the island, and that has to open at least 30 times a day, day and night. And Rhapsody of the Seas did use that. They can't access the docking part unless they have access through the swing bridge. It swings over. It's operated by two electronic devices, and there's a man with a little cabin there that operates it. I just thought I'd send you over it when you do the live, or if you want me to comment on it, I do have the details of it. But that bridge operates 30 times a day, day or night, and it was in operation on the early hours of that morning. So you can actually see the film and see how it works. Otherwise, none of these cruise ships could get in to where they have to dock.
That was great news there from Ali Harris. What I'll do, people, I'll put a lot of this information in the community post, more details on the Queen Emma swing bridge. Marvin, there are two bridges into the cruise ship docking. The Queen Juliana Bridge, a tall fixed bridge at the entrance of the canal. Also, ships can go under. Then the one that has been missed is the Queen Emma swing bridge, which opens up times 30 times a day to allow cruise ships up the further to the docking berths, i.e. the Rhapsody of the Seas and the Free Winds. Interesting stuff. So we're going to get into these short videos. What I'll do, obviously these posts that Ali has put up, I'll definitely put them in the community post so people can see what she's done there, people. So obviously you know the story as well. So we'll move on to part 2, which are the videos. And it's a short video on the works of the Queen Emma swing bridge, open 30 times a day or more to allow cruise ships into the docking stations, and a few more small videos as well. We move on to part 2, people. This is Ali Harris.
Good morning, everybody. It's Ali here. Just need you to have a quick look at the Queen Emma floating pontoon bridge in Willemstad in Curaçao, which has to open to allow the cruise ships through. And it was in situ when the Rhapsody of the Seas went through in March of that year. I just thought I'd like to show you this because this has never been on any of the podcasts I've listened to at all. The pontoon bridge opens, it's called the Queen Emma Bridge actually. It opens, it's a swing bridge, it's a pedestrian bridge which people walk across, and it opens about 30 times a day. There are reports of it going into darkness sometimes. It takes about 15 minutes to open the bridge to allow the cruise ships to go through, and the whole process takes about 45 minutes. Just thought I'd show you this. Now, there was no mention on any of the platforms I've looked at about the Queen Emma Bridge. It links one side of Willemstad in the Caribbean to the other side. but it has to open to allow cruise ships to go through and dock. You see, this is where the people have been stopped to actually go across. So they're trying to uplift the bridge to allow the ships to go through. It's operated with a little kind of shed thing at one end, and the operators in there actually lifting the bridge, swinging it across. It's a pontoon bridge. Now you can see in the distance the Juliana Bridge, which most of the cruise ships can get underneath rather, but they can't get over or underneath the pontoon bridge, so it does have to be lifted. And it's been in situ for quite some time before the Rhapsody was there, and we do know that the Rhapsody did have to go through there in order to dock. There's a free ferry when the bridge opens. There is a free ferry for people to use.
So that was Ali Harris on the Queen Emma Bridge, swing bridge, which is some brilliant, because I've never heard of that before. So thank you very much for covering that, and we'll move on to the next part, people. Thank you.
As you can see, that looking down from St Anna's Bay, from Fort Nassau, the Queen Giuliano Bridge, you can see in the foreground where the swinging old lady or the pontoon bridge is closing behind this cruise ship. So you can see they've all got to access it. And that may have played a big part in the in the Amy Bradley story. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Ali here. Just a quick video. This is a TikTok video by Expression Travels, and thank you to Vicky for letting us use this. This is actually the suite of 8564, which the Bradleys occupied when they went on their cruise to Curacao in the Caribbean. You will see the balcony properly on this film. I think this is quite important. But anyway, I'll play it for you.
A room tour for the balcony cabin on the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas. We are on vacation part 2 for our cruisecation, or hosted cruisecation. So stay tuned. I'm going to go into details about the different parts of this cruise. Next time, make sure you join us to be a part of our experience. Right, guys, so this is a bathroom for the balcony cabin. It comes with a shower. And of course, a little bathtub, and your usual amenities are also included. You do have your towels, and these rooms generally hold 2 persons. 3 persons can also be added, but the ideal would be 2 persons. All right, you have your shower area, and of course, hi guys, your mirror, which is big enough, especially for a cruise. So it's comfortably enough for you to still enjoy your stay. So we are on a 7-day cruise of the Caribbean and South America. So it's pretty amazing. It's a hosted group cruise. So if you do not have anybody to travel with and you want to join us on our next cruise, make sure that you follow and keep up to date with our group packages. All right, guys. So this is the room. It's a king room, and as I mentioned, that it's a balcony room. So of course you have a little sitting area, and you do have your sofa, your bed, and what I love most of all, guys, and imagine when we're sailing and you can see the beautiful ocean. This is what I love most, the balcony. All right, guys. So I'm gonna give you some more details, but this is just a little precursor to what is coming. We are going to Colombia. We are going to Curacao and Aruba. So it's pretty exciting. We really cannot wait to share the details of this cruise. So guys, make sure you sign up for our next cruise, because this is vacation part 2. We're in Panama for 3 days. Then we're going for this cruise. So make sure you sign up for our next cruise. All right, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Ali Harris, for that actually brilliant videos about the Queen Emma Bridge, swing bridge there. And it opens about 30 times a day, which is very, very interesting. And it's some of the things that have not been covered, which is absolutely brilliant. And it's good to see inside, obviously, the room and the balcony. I was quite surprised how the balcony is very, very close to the glass sliding door. So I'm just wondering whether Amy's father, this is why he was sort of very alert, because he realised that Amy wasn't feeling very well and thought, oh, she may sleep there. But Amy would have had to go back through the cabin where her parents were asleep, and her brother was asleep, Brad, as well, to actually leave. She must have done that really quietly. But it just makes you think that if Ron got up because he couldn't find her, and they were obviously maybe set as alarm because they were docking soon, there wasn't that many minutes past when Amy left, which is quite incredible at the end of the day, which is, or Ron could have gone to the toilet or something, we don't know, but that's kind of, that sort of window is kind of bizarre when Amy went. So there's a possibility that she could have left the cabin. Let me know what you think and all the information that Ali has put together. It was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for that, for your support with the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and let's have all your questions and what you think of this video. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Take care.